die before my eyes.
All right.
No!
Open up, Murdoch!
Where's my wife?
Your wife is gone. Your inspector is not here for you. And I've heard at least one of your loyal constables is dead. So, will you sign that confession?
No.
I'm sorry for you.
Go.
Why aren't they burying George?
His body is still in the morgue. Burial scheduled for next week.
Thank you for letting me attend.
There will be light at the end of this, I assure you.
Constable, take those down. We're not honoring those who dishonor the constabulary. All of you should consider this your lucky day. Until further notice, Station 4 is standing down. But you will all be paid in full until a final decision has been made. All citizen reports and complaints are to be referred to Station 5. Your only duty is to log said reports, not act on them. You can all put your feet up for a while. Ah, Miss Marsh, welcome. Gentlemen, until further notice, Station 4 will be managed by my colleague, Miss Penelope Marsh. Though her arrival in this city may be recent, she has managed departments much larger than this in London.
Gentlemen, regardless of my sex, I expect to be treated as your superior.
Man, if you want work, real work, it's very simple. All that needs happen is that this man admit his guilt in the murder of Miss Lydia Hall. What do you say, Detective? Will you see fit to clear your conscience?
The only thing I'll see to is that you end up where you belong. Behind bars.
Miss Marsh, the station is yours. Any malfeasance is to be reported to me.
Yes, sir.
You're nothing.
You've still heard nothing about Julia?
I believe her to still be alive. I suspect they want your confession and are leveraging her safety to get it. You're a good man, Murdoch. The city knows it. If you're guilty, people want to hear it from your lips.
If?
Well, I don't believe you are, but we have two unsolved murders, Mr. Dobbs and one which directly relates to you.
Lydia Hall. I was supposed to protect her.
What do you know about the land scheme you're investigating?
All records have been purged from City Hall. If any remain, they would be in the hands of Graham or Williams.
Then that's where I'll look.
No. Find Julia. Nothing else matters.
You must be Constable Higgins. Glad to see you recovering.
Where's the inspector?
He's a wanted man. I don't know.
So what are you doing here?
simply what I'm told. I'd advise you to do the same. Welcome back.
The bell of the bar.
At your service, Mr. Graham.
Condolences on your loss.
Thank you. But one girl's loss can be another man's gain.
Saucy.
I am that. And a whole lot more.
I may call upon you, Miss Bloom.
I'll be sure to answer.
You could have picked a less conspicuous place to meet.
Are you ashamed to be seen with me? Mr. Williams, we need a confession from Murdoch.
And how do we do that?
Show Murdoch his wife is still alive, but will not be much longer if he continues to be intransigent. Can you do that? Good.
Where's Brackenreed? Why hasn't his body been found?
I instructed Chief Constable Davis to kill him and dispose of his body.
You should have told me that you were going to do this.
To do that, I would have to have confidence in you. Sadly, I don't.
A word?
Who are you?
Detective Llewellyn Watts. I applied for a temporary transfer to the station.
That's hardly necessary.
Each station requires a detective, whether it is fully operational or not.
I believe you'll find very little to do.
I'm gambling once the Murdoch affair is cleared up, the station will return to normal. I would like to be well positioned to take over when that happens.
Planning for the future.
That's what the wise do, Miss Marsh.
Did you know the two men who were killed?
The man in the ground and the man in the morgue. I knew them both.
Your feelings towards them won't affect your job.
Of course not. My role in this world is to see that justice is done.
You'll obey my orders.
Like a dog.
What are you doing cozying up to her? Even I wouldn't stoop that low.
I'm getting close to the action, Constable.
So you're in charge here now that Detective Murdoch's gone?
I'm the detective of record, yes. Ooh, what happened here?
Some men from Williams's office were rifling around in here. I don't know what they were looking for.
I would suppose either something that makes Detective Murdoch look guilty or their boss innocent. We should clean it up.
Why?
Do you want Detective Murdoch coming back to work and seeing this?
It's time for a photograph, Dr. Ogden. Graves, open the door. Graves. Damn it!
There was one unusual thing, however. Detective Murdoch's recording equipment is missing.
It's not really missing. It's been borrowed.
You took it?
I thought it may come in useful.
Constable Higgins, a word?
Yes?
Why were you three shot?
More than shot. 2 were killed. Good friends of mine.
I understand that. Why?
We were trying to help Detective Murdoch.
You know that for a fact.
We received a message we believed to be from the detective, and we walked into a trap.
And who do you imagine did this?
Let's just say your boss and his friend Graham aren't the men they seem.
So you're saying they're murderers?
Take from it what you will.
Get out of here. No one enters without my permission. Of all the men in City Council to take up with, why did I pick you?
I'll find her.
Of course you will. If you don't, it's your life.
Don't you mean ours?
Oh, I don't think so. You remember this, don't you? This is the weapon you used to kill Mr. Dobbs.
You told me to kill him.
There's only one man's fingerprints on that thing. As such, it really is in your best interest to find her. We can make the city great again, Mr. Williams, but it'll take resolve. So get that confession, no matter what it takes.
Wait here. Oh, there's Marsh.
You are to refer all complaints to Station 5.
Oh, I know. He's not here to register a complaint. That's Detective Murdoch's solicitor.
Why is he here?
The detective has made clear his intent to confess. His attorney is here to counsel him. It's the truth. I know it's hard to believe.
I need to inform Mr. Williams. If Murdoch is gone when I return.
I watched 2 men die, Miss Marsh. I've no intention of joining them.
Detective, someone to see you.
Is it Detective Watts?
No.
Then send them away.
I think you're gonna want to see this person, sir.
William.
Julia. Oh, thank God. You're safe.
As can be.
I thought...
I know. But I'm alive and I'm well.
You've changed.
We'll get through this, William.
Yes, now that we're together, we certainly will.
Someone's coming.
I understand you spoke with counsel. Where is he?
He's attending to another matter. But I've made a decision. I'll confess to the murder of Lydia Hall once I see my wife.
I don't know where she is. How would I know?
I'm not accusing you of anything. But I believe you have the resources to find her. So, as I say, once I see my wife, I will plead guilty. And I'll not spend another night in that cell.
We can have you transferred.
You do that and I'll be killed. There isn't a jail cell in Ontario where I would be safe.
That's true. Why does that matter? If you confess to murder, you'll most likely be hanged.
There'll be no trouble. I just want my wife back, safe and sound.
Detective Murdoch, will this ensure your confession?
It will.
That's what you need, isn't it, Franklin? Then let him go home.
I want him under guard 24 hours a day.
Of course. Detective Watts can take one shift. I trust him.
Get Horace McWorthy from Station 5. I trust him. And Murdoch, any attempt to escape will be met with deadly force.
Just find my wife, and you can do what you want with me.
Are you a sorceress or a magician?
Just a woman with experience in the arts of pleasing a man.
Miss Bloom, I fear you will make me blush.
Now, Mr. Graham, I doubt you are as innocent as all that. You seem very able to take what you want, whether it's on offer or not.
Well, I can't hide much from you, can I, Miss Bloom?
Well, I hope you don't find cost to, Mr. Graham. Because I know what I want.
And what's that?
A man who takes what's his, without apology. Someone after my own heart.
Nothing to fear. Open it. Don't get any ideas. It might not have bars, but it's a cell just the same.
I won't be giving you any trouble.
They just as soon you did, Detective.
I'm surprised you let the detective go.
Mr. Williams did.
But you edged him toward that decision. Why?
We need Detective Murdoch's confession. We need it to go forward.
So the detective's guilt transforms your boss into an innocent man?
Mr. Williams simply wants to make this city great again.
A noble aim, but his partner, Robert Graham, is far from noble.
He is a hard man, I will grant you that.
He is a criminal, Miss Marsh. If you spent any time in City Hall, you would know that. And he's caught your boss in his web. I'm not a fool. Your boss has lined his pockets with Mr. Graham's money and ceded half of the city to him.
Prove that.
I doubt that I can, but I know it to be true, as I suspect do you.
So tell me, was that dancer as saucy offstage as she was on?
You have to guard me, but that doesn't mean I have to talk to you.
Well, that'll make for a very long night. Do you have anything to drink in here?
My wife's sherry.
Well, bring it over, Detective.
And be liberal with it.
Open it.
Detective Murdoch, how are you keeping? On the job. Take this with you into the other room. I need to have a few words with Detective Murdoch. If I'm right, we shall soon be undisturbed.
I'm a police officer.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Dr. Ogden. Well, this changes things. You realize most of the city is looking for you.
Yes, and I will be found when I choose to be. Is William out of jail yet?
Yes.
Then take me to him.
That's not a wise move. Not yet. How did you get out?
Luckily for me, men can be very gullible.
You all right?
I'll loosen you. Just calm down and stop squirming.
A damsel in distress.
Or what he thought was.
This is good. The longer you can stay hidden, the more time we have, and the more nervous we make Franklin Williams.
Who's we?
I'll show you. Come on.
Not often I get to serve two dead men.
Well, let's keep it that way, John.
My lips are sealed. but it's good to see you both.
You too, Hodge. When did you get out?
6 months ago.
Nice place.
It'll get there.
Thanks, John. I was as careful as I could be. I found that in Graham's office. Still got blood on the wire. Do you think this was used to kill Mr. Dobbs or Miss Hall? I don't know. Bloody Watts. He was told to keep the circle small.
Gentlemen?
Who the bloody hell is this? Dr. Ogden.
Inspector, we don't need the world to know.
My God, I can't believe it.
Mark and I, George. I read that you were dead. And Constable Jackson?
I'm sorry. He'll get justice.
How did you end up here?
They took my badge away, but it didn't matter. It still didn't take me long to find out where they were keeping you. I just got there too late.
You should have stayed retired.
If you've hurt her,
you're what?
I'll kill you.
I doubt that.
I hid his body. I knew that they wouldn't think that I was still alive, so I got Margaret and the kids out of the city to assist us. I contacted Watts, and he told me what happened to Krábtri and the others.
I heard things were going bad for the detective. There wasn't a policeman in the city who didn't know.
You didn't come forward?
Coming forward wouldn't have helped. I preferred the shadows.
Help! Help! Someone help!
Get those two to the hospital, now!
What about him?
He's for the morgue. I'll handle that. Carefully! They're still breathing. I need your help.
Use this.
It's all right, George. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, George.
Hold him.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yes? Steady on, George. Steady on. It's all right. All right. All right. That's all right, George. Miss James is an able surgeon.
She saved my life. Doctor, we have what we believe is the murder weapon. Krábtri.
Good. Let's see if you're right. Look at us. We're all together. You know what that means? That means we're going to win.
Well, you heard what the lady said. Let's move.
I could walk out of here right now. I wager you wouldn't be able to stop me.
No, I couldn't. But if you walk out, you'll be running away forever and living out your days as a murderer. And I don't think you are. I've read about you. Your exploits. Your heroism. Your intelligence, even your faith.
And?
And I believe you to be an innocent man.
Does that matter now?
To me, it does. Sleepyhead will be awake soon. I suggest we wait for his replacement to arrive.
If I stay, I'll be putting my life in your hands.
I'm doing the same.
You look wonderfully well for a man I declared dead 3 days ago.
Healthy living.
Julia?
Yes.
You're safe.
Rebecca, you saved George's life.
I was lucky Detective Watts brought him in when he did.
Could we save the reunion for later, please? Is Mr. Dobbs still on ice?
He is indeed.
Well, let's not dilly-dally then.
This may be the weapon that killed him.
May?
There's no absolute certainty, Inspector, but it seems likely.
As far as I could tell, there was only one set of finger marks on that weapon.
Whose?
I don't know.
Would William be able to tell more?
He might, but I'm not sure it would matter. I mean, neither Williams nor Graham's finger marks are on record, and neither has a reason to give them up voluntarily.
I know someone who would be able to help us. It might be a risk.
Did you not hear what I said earlier, Detective? We are going to win.
All right. When we get to the hotel, you two wait for my signal. George, I think it might be time to retrieve the device.
I could do that.
Ready?
He give you any trouble?
No. He's a real pussycat.
Detective.
Miss Marsh.
I believe we can trust her. Did you find anything we could use?
Possibly the weapon used to kill Mr. Dobbs.
Finger marks?
One set for certain, don't know whose.
Right. Then we'll need Mr. Graham's and Mr. Williams' finger marks for comparison.
I think I can do that.
No, let me. Mr. Williams has a meeting scheduled with Mr. Graham for this evening.
Good. Good. Create a pretext as to why you need to be there. I'll need something that each of them has handled recently.
Detective Watts, will you come with me?
Of course.
Miss Marsh, you may think me a good man, but if this is a ruse, you will pay dearly.
If there's a knock on the door, you should open it.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Is this your idea of a joke?
Oh, I wouldn't do that to you, Franklin.
If this comes back to me, I will tell them about you. I'll tell them about what you did.
And what was that exactly? I made an offer on a plot of land, perhaps an under market value offer, but you accepted it.
You had that dancer killed.
Don't worry. As far as the world's concerned, Detective Murdoch killed her. And I suggest you keep your voice down. We appear to have company.
Where is the garrote?
I honestly don't know. Oh, Miss Marsh, Detective Watts. What can I do for you?
I need to talk to Mr. Williams. I need you to sign these.
This couldn't wait?
Well, you did say you were going to pay the men. They haven't seen a penny since Inspector Brackenrind disappeared. I thought it best to try and keep up morale.
An excellent thought. A happy worker is a constructive one.
Unfortunately, there are quite a number of them.
Julia.
I have someone for you.
Sir.
I've been fired, Murdoch. No need for rank now.
I should get out of this.
Are you sure that's wise?
So, Murdoch, are you gonna offer a man a drink?
Sorry. I'll reimburse you.
Oh, that's not necessary. Just leave before you break anything else.
Of course.
Oh, sir, there is one more thing. I need you to talk to Detective Murdoch.
Why?
He's becoming increasingly despondent. His commitment to doing the right thing seems to be wavering.
Well, we can't have that. You better have a word with the detective.
Well, I couldn't get his finger marks.
So you decided to get the whole man.
Exactly.
Thank you for this, though I'm not sure he was necessary.
You wanted his prints, didn't you?
Murdoch, you are in a world of trouble. And as for you, Miss
You,
Marsh...
sir, need to shut your mouth.
If you'd like, I'll lock you in a room with her. I don't fancy your chances.
It's not Graham's print, as far as I can tell. Mr. Williams?
I will not.
Get your bloody fingers on it, or I'll break one off and do it myself.
All right, all right, all right.
Right hand.
They've come for me. I would suggest you surrender peacefully.
Detective Watts? Sir?
George. George, you're alive?
I am indeed, sir.
I never got that kind of greeting.
Well, this is hard.
Why didn't you tell me?
I couldn't. The fewer people who knew about this, the better. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, you were right to do that. Mr. Williams, we have your finger marks on the murder weapon. Is there anything you'd like to say before you visit the hangman?
You remember this, don't you? This is the weapon you used to kill Mr. Dobbs. You told me to kill him. There's only one man's fingerprints on that thing. As such, it really is in your best interest to find her.
So we've got him.
We've got nothing to arrest Graham. He makes no admission of guilt in any of this.
I'll testify.
Your word is worthless.
I'll find you something that you can use.
Mr. Williams, 2 innocent people are dead because of you. You'll get nothing from me.
We have his finger marks all over a murder weapon.
And he kidnapped me.
I know. He's finished. But we have nothing on Graham.
We could get him on the land deal.
We have no evidence of that.
I can get that.
No, it's dangerous.
But I don't care. Mr. Graham will be holding documents that can implicate him. I can get them.
All right.
Everything all right, Μέρντοχ?
Sir, I want Graham on more than simply bribing a city official.
Come with me. But let's see you looking like yourself.
Sir, where are we going?
I've got a surprise for you. I think the bugger might be ready to talk. I hope you don't object to my methods.
Oh. Well, I am curious as to why. Why did you not come forward with him before?
I thought about it, and the more I did, the more I thought, if things go bad, and if they did, I wasn't going to let him get away.
You would have left him here to die?
I was going to come back here and kill him myself. But I'm not going to have to do that, am I, Davis?
Sir, the man needs water.
There you go. Now tell him.
I was asked to arrange for the kidnapping of your wife.
Who asked you to do that?
Robert Graham.
That's not everything.
I was instructed to kill him.
It's a good thing you're incompetent.
Who asked you to do that?
Robert Graham.
And did you also arrange for the shooting of our constables, resulting in the murder of Constable Jackson?
No. But I know who did.
Are you prepared to testify to all this in open court?
Yes.
What do you think?
The word of 2 desperate men simply intent on saving their own skin. I'd like more.
And I'd like to be the Duke of Yorkshire.
I may run for mayor once I've rebuilt this city.
Toronto would be well served with you in charge.
Perhaps you could be my first lady. Could you imagine the scandal? A woman like you as a figurehead of Toronto the Good. It's almost worth doing.
You there. What do you think you're doing?
Mr. Williams asked me to collect...
He did no such thing. And if he did, it was a big mistake. Oh, I see. Things are a little more serious than I imagined. Miss Bloom, pick those things up. I knew Williams was weak and stupid. I asked him if he trusted you. He said with his life, fool. You come with me. There may be a way out of this for you. Miss Bloom, are you coming?
Yes.
I have to let Miss Bloom know that I'm still alive.
When this is over.
Why bother? She's already taken up with Graham.
Watch your mouth.
It's the truth. Last time I saw them together, she was all over him. Brazen.
If that's the case, then something is wrong. That's not her.
George, don't.
George.
Idiot.
And I should remind you, I only said there may be a way out of this for you. You look so sad. You needn't worry. You just need to answer a simple question. Are you with me or not?
I don't know how you could ask that. Let me show you that I am.
And where's bloody Krábtri?
He went to find Miss Bloom.
And Miss Marsh?
She's yet to return.
Right. Sir, you collect Davis. You two take Mr. Williams to the Crown Attorney's office. We'll have to play the hand we're dealt. I'll find Miss Marsh.
If Robert Graham has found her first, she's already dead.
I think we should get back to...
I don't think so.
Oh, you can't be serious.
You killed my best friend. You killed the best man I have ever met.
Get off of me.
And you are gonna die.
Nina!
George.
Nina, don't do it.
Now, Constable, that was a fortuitous entrance.
Let her go, Graham.
Your list of mistakes just keeps growing.
Just let her go.
Get out of my way.
All right, all right.
There are 4 of us. And only you, Mr. Graham. I'd suggest you consider your odds.
I could kill her. Flick of the wrist.
But then you would surely be charged with murder. As of yet, regrettably, you won't be. But one wrong move with Miss Bloom here and all of that will change.
You realize, of course, she tried to kill me. I want her charged.
Mr. Graham, I think you'll find that from this day forward, what you want matters very little. Escort him to the station house, Constable Krábtri.
Sir, in just a minute. Hope you'll forgive me for that, sir.
For what? I hope you're getting used to this style of accommodation.
This isn't going to end well for you.
What are you going to do? Reach through the bars and throttle me? You don't have a lot of bargaining power, Mr. Graham. Mr. Williams has already spoken against you. Chief Constable Davis has signed an affidavit, and it won't take us long to find the men who did your dirty work. It's over. Now, will you sign that confession?
No.
I feel sorry for you.
I have friends.
As do I, Mr. Graham. Much better ones.
There will be new elections within the month. Mr. Williams' position on the Board of Control needs to be filled.
We could use a woman like you.
One day, perhaps.
You risked a lot for me. I'm very grateful.
Evil wins battles, never wars.
I'll see you at home.
Let me see you out, Miss Marsh.
George, I'm just so pleased that you're all right.
Well, I wasn't going to die on you, Henry. Not while you still owe me that $20.
I paid that back.
You most certainly did not.
I did. I gave it to the Police Widows Fund upon your demise.
Could I have your attention, please, lads? Constable Augustus Jackson gave his life doing what a copper does. Trying to keep the peace and looking out for his fellow officer. He gave his life for every single one of you in this station house. Don't ever forget that.
He was a stout, earnest fellow. I liked him very much.
He died trying to help me.
He was a policeman. What else could he do?
You're staying?
For a time. That is, if you don't have any objections.
I do not. Welcome aboard, Detective Watts.
Higgins, Krábtri, to Jackson.
To Jackson.